let this reality fuck up your manifestations. When you're manifesting, do not listen to the rules of this reality. So when I'm manifesting, of course there's going to be like all these rules of it usually goes this way, oh, this is what normally happens, oh, that's not usually possible, you know, this is how it works, this is what people can and can't do, this is the process, etc., etc. But that doesn't apply to me. That reality doesn't apply to me. Somehow, some way, the way it's going to happen for me is through exceptions, loopholes. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I don't adhere to the rules of that reality because I'm creating my reality. And in my reality, this is how this works. Everything magnetizes, gravitates towards working in my favor somehow, some way. I don't know how, that's not my job. But the rules of that reality, what other people want to tell me is why I don't tell people stuff when I'm doing it, when I'm thinking of it, when I'm manifesting. I'm not telling somebody anything unless they're on my wavelength, because they're going to hit me with all their limitations and doubts based on what they know as their reality, right? All of those like, oh, that, you know, that's not going to work. Oh, it's not how it works though. It can't work that way. Doesn't apply to me. It doesn't apply to me. That's not the reality I live in. I live in this reality. And in this reality, this is how this works. It works for me because it's me and this is what I desire, period. So when you're manifesting, first of all, keep it to yourself, okay? And only adhere to the rules of that which you desire. Do not adhere to, oh, but what if, oh, but like, I know this is how this works. Yes, it has to be believable for you so that you can actually feel the feelings you need to feel of having that reality as truth, right? As truth in your body. It has to be believable for you. So get it to a point where it's just past, you know, the point of like usually works this way, but it's still believable enough for you so that you can get into the feelings of really feeling it and having it. But don't tell nobody and don't let them put their limiting beliefs on you. Secondly, when you are creating that reality, you're only living according to the rules of your reality. So create the rules of your reality. Decide what the rules of your reality are, and that's now your truth. That's what I live by. That is my absolute fact. That's how it works in that reality. And the way that feels is like you think of Hogwarts and you think of that whole world, right? Or you think of the Marvel universe. You know how those realities work. You know the way things operate, Star Wars world, right? You know how those things work, the rules, the regulations, the laws, you know, the different forces that fight against each other, why something did or didn't happen, why something can or can't happen. Like, you know how those things work. It's the same feeling. When you're creating your reality, you know how your reality works. You know how those things operate, and you're living according to that as if you jumped into that movie and now you're living according to the reality of that movie.